Hello. It is Thursday, March 17th. It's St. Patrick's Day. I got my little green on here. It's 5 o'clock on Thursday night after work, and I'm here at the parking lot at Go Home Lake. There are only 2 cars here. I was a little bit concerned because it's March break and I thought maybe it would be busy, but it's not. I've got my backpack with me. I'm going to be doing a backpacking cold camping trip. However, it is 14 degrees right now here. I'm going to grab my stuff. I just got my snowshoes. I'm going to carry them. The ground is kind of wet and icy and slushy here in the parking lot. I know the trail, the road in will be packed down. I just took a look at it as I drove past. But if I'm going off trail and trying to find a nice spot beside the lake somewhere, I'm most likely going to need the snowshoes. So I'm going to bring them. I'm just going to carry them in for now, and then I'll strap them on whenever I feel like I need them. So off we go. I'm so excited. I hear some loud geese somewhere. Can't see them, but they're out here. Beautiful day here today. I was at work all day. The sun was shining. It was about 12-ish for most of the afternoon. It just went up to 14. It'll start going down again soon, but the clocks went ahead last weekend, and even though it's dark when I go to work now in the morning, I noticed last night at 7:30 that it was still daylight-ish, and I thought, I can get off work at 4 and I can still go home, grab some food and my pack and drive here. It's only not even a 20-minute drive from my house to here, and make it to camp and set up and everything before it gets dark. So I thought, why not? So 10 o'clock last night, I decided to pack. I was originally planning to leave, like I said, Friday morning and go to Killarney, but then I thought, well, I'm not going to do that for one night. And I didn't want to spend the entire day Saturday in the rain. It's supposed to be around 3 degrees and raining all day. Something like 10 millimeters, 15 millimeters of rain. That's not a good time, especially in the snow with it being wet and damp. So I thought, you know what, I should go tomorrow. So 10 o'clock last night, I packed up my stuff. It only took me an hour, just a little over an hour, to throw everything in my pack. Hopefully I have everything. And I'm excited to be out. It's so beautiful out. I'm just wearing my tank top and a merino top and my raincoat right now. I do have my Patagonia in my bag for sleeping and stuff, because it's supposed to be, like I said, down to feels like -2, but right now, super warm. Oh, those beautiful, lovely Canadian geese are back. And didn't expect to ever say this, but I kind of missed them. Hi, guys. All right, let's keep going. I gotta move. I have time, but I don't have that much time. So this part of the trail here, it says it's a private road, but it's not actually true. I've actually gone right up that and camped up there. I'm going to go a little further in today. As I'm walking down the road, though, my shoulder's starting to ache from my backpack. Got some tracks here. I've been up this hill before, camped here before, once with Shirley, and got some animal tracks here. I think they might be wolf or coyote. I'm not very good with my tracks. I don't have my book with me, and they're a little bit smushed up so you can't see them. But first I thought maybe it was just a dog, but there's no people tracks with it, so maybe I'll follow them and find a wolf. There's this lake here, and I was thinking of I think the trail to go up is right here. That's how we got up last time, and that's where I camped. But I want to try to walk around the side of the lake and camp somewhere over on this side. So I'm going to try to do that. All right, I got my snowshoes on now, and I'm just past that campsite where I stayed with Shirley a couple years ago. And there was a trail that went through here when I was here with her that went towards the other side of the lake, but the trail is not here now. I'm just trying to see if I can find a path to get over there, so I can find a spot to camp over there. Looks pretty challenging. Wonder if I would have been better off just taking the road to the creek part. Almost had a little crash there. Oh, I did, but hang on. I'm so tired. I wanted to get over to the other side of the lake there. It's so nice here in this corner. The sun was shining in. It was just beautiful. So I started walking, and it's so much higher than where the water is. I thought for sure it was land, but I sank in one spot about 3 feet down. And it's really hard when you sink into the snow that deep with 1 foot and having a big pack on your back. So I turned around and came back and decided that was not a good idea. So I might just camp on this campsite. There's already a fire pit here. It's a nice spot. It's quiet out here. It's Thursday. I don't think anybody's coming like tonight, maybe tomorrow when I'm leaving, but for now it's good. And there's actually like ground here. I'd love to camp on this, but it's super uneven. I wanted to have the sun setting across from me, and that's part of why I wanted to go to that other campsite. But I thought if I could camp on this side of the lake, I would get that. I'm gonna see if I can get up this cliff here, maybe camp up top there. That might be a good spot. So off we go. Whew. Good times. I made it from down there, all the way up and around here. And now I'm up on top. Probably all rocky, but I know I'm on solid ground at least. And got a spectacular view up here. All right, so I decided to continue on, knowing that that spot is really nice, but I want to keep walking down the lake and see if I can find a better spot, something a little further in. So I'm walking through the forest here to see if I can find that. Coming up to this beautiful spot that looks like it would be a good place to camp, but look at these 2 trees. The beavers have gone to town on them, and they are huge. And if the wind comes in a certain way, those babies are going down. So I guess I've got to sufficiently go past them. I was thinking that maybe over here, because there's some parts where there's no snow, would be a good place to set up the tent, but I think I've got to go pretty far to get away from these guys. I've come to another beautiful spot. I am still within the range of the tree, but over here I see a little hill, and if there's a flat spot up there, that might be perfect. All right, I found what I think is a really good spot up on that hill. Beautiful view, sunshine for days. I'll see the sunset, and I'm just walking with my snowshoes here to tamp down the snow. I really want to take my pack off because my shoulders are really sore, but the extra weight is probably helping. So. That should do. My legs said, yep, that should do. All right, let's get this pack off. I'm gonna leave the snowshoes on so I can tape down by the fire pit here and maybe a path to the bathroom somewhere. and then I can take them off and leave them off. Because if I walked here right now with these off, I would just post hole right down. All right, good times. I'm excited. This guy down. Get my tent set up. Just in a short amount of time, I've already collected that. I cleaned out the fire pit. This piece was actually on top of that, so I just moved it over to open it up. Put some brush down there, and I tamped all the way around it as well in case I, need to get around it. Tamped all around this little, I don't know, rock wall bench, whatever that is. And I'm gonna take the snowshoes off now. I made a path. I found a really nice spot for a privy way, way, way back there. There's a tree that's fallen down. Some nice soft moss on it, and it's the perfect height to sit on. So I have my little shovel with me in my pack, and I'm just gonna dig a nice hole behind there. Well, I walked down to the lake around this way. I thought I was gonna find some water, but I found a big cave, an ice cave, and there's no water at the bottom. I thought, oh, there's a hole here, and you can hear the water trickling underneath, but you can't get to it. But I did grab some ice. There's some big chunks of ice, and just got it in a Ziploc bag here, sitting in the sunshine. It was actually melting in my hands, so I'm gonna see if that melts. And I brought my Pure ice, so I can just put a couple of drops in it, just to make sure, I don't get any kind of beaver fever or anything. I might have a few specks of stuff in it, but I can go down and grab some more later. I didn't have anything with me. I didn't even have my phone with me to take a video or a picture of it, but after I set up, I'll go back down there and maybe grab a few more chunks, but that should be enough. I have my Nalgene full of water, and I have a Palm Bay, so probably won't need much more water, maybe one more Nalgene, so shouldn't be that hard to acquire. I can melt snow, worst case scenario, but it takes forever. I'm gonna set this baby up and fast forward. Here we go. Haven't used this tent in a while. Ooh. As I sink into the ground. Ta-da! All right, I got the tent set up, got my sleeping bag set up, my thermarest. I'm really glad I brought the ridge rest. I was debating on bringing it, but it's really, really cold on the ground. This is all snow, so it's nice to have that extra insulation. I'm trying something new this trip. This is called a Hot Pocket. It's by Sierra Madre, and my friend Janice sent it to me a couple of weeks ago. We were talking about it at Silent Lake when I ran into her, and I was saying how I really wanted something like a strip to go inside my sleeping bag to keep me warm when I was cold camping. And even though it's not going to be super cold this weekend, I thought it'd be great to test it out. Basically, you've got this power adapter here, and this is fully charged. I charged it yesterday. I've tested it at my house the last 2 nights, and this on low heat will run for 6 hours, and then it will shut off. That's as long as the battery will last. So it has some cables in here. You plug the portable charger or the charger into the cables. You stick it in the pocket, zip it up, and then this gets warm. Now it's not super hot. A little section here gets warm and a little section here gets warm. But inside my nice -40 extreme sleeping bag, it will probably make it very toasty warm and just give me that nice extra little added heat to make me super comfortable. So I'm going to be testing that out later. I probably won't turn it on early. I did also bring, because I'm such a baby, I don't like the cold. That's why I made 3 hot tents. I did bring my hot water bottle. So I can always put that on. What I can do is heat up some water just before bed, and then I can use that for the first couple of hours. I usually wake up after like 3 or 4 hours of sleep when I'm out here, and then what I'll do is use this probably from like, I don't know, midnight or 2 a.m. or whatever till the morning. So we'll see how that works out. I'll keep you guys posted. But beautiful sunshine here at Go Home Lake. It's gorgeous. And got everything almost set up. I'm gonna set up my chair and probably start to get a fire going. I'm gonna collect some more wood first and get a bit of a fire going, and then I will heat up my supper. Sometimes I can't believe that this is my life. Got off of work a couple hours ago, went home, grabbed some food, grabbed my bag, sitting here in front of a beautiful sunset, in the snow, in front of a nice, toasty, warm, roaring fire, and it doesn't get much better. This is such a great spot. I'm so glad that I walked through all the smushy mush. It's probably going to take a bit for me to get out tomorrow, but look at this. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted, and this is why I've got that little process in my head of how to get the best campsite. I could have been over there. I wouldn't have seen any of this, or I would have had to probably walk out a ways. But here, right in front of my site, like how beautiful is that? Look at that sky. It's gorgeous. I'm just waiting for this to settle down. If it does, and then I'll probably kick in the dark, but that's okay. I don't care. So this time of the year, you really have to be careful, and this is why I do not have the hot tent. Well, one of the reasons. I also just wanted to go in, and not have to worry about pulling the toboggan, and it's not that cold. It's going to be down to feels like -2, maybe a little bit cooler, but that's not a big deal. But this is the problem. Post holing, and the ground is really, really delicate, so you have to watch where you walk. You get injured pretty easily, twist your ankle or something. Usually you just go straight down though, and it's just kind of like a jolt, and I don't like it. So that's why I did everything today with the snowshoes on, and I really packed the snow down, and then I left it for a while. I went to look for some wood and find a spot to make a privy so that it could kind of set. So at least the inside of the tent doesn't have any of these issues. This scene just continues to impress. Now the whole horizon is like an orangey color, and just looks so nice with the fire. I finally got the fire going nicely. It's crackling pretty good, and I am so hungry. It's about 7:30. I'm going to grab my roast here. It's just right here in the bag. It's kind of a little bit frozen still, so I really want to get that in the pot, even if I just set it over on that rock. I have the ice over there in the Ziploc. I think that's pretty smart. Instead of boiling snow, if it's warm enough for the ice to melt, which right now it is, it's still 10 degrees. Hopefully I won't have to boil it or cook it or anything. I'll just add a couple of drops of pure ice to it to make sure it's safe. And then I can use it for hot chocolate, my oatmeal in the morning, whatever. We don't necessarily have to drink it because it might not taste that great, but water's water. I wasn't sure if this is gonna work because the videos at night are pretty hard, but there's a lot of snow and it's giving brightness, so look at this. My friend Tam mentioned something about the moon, and I wasn't paying attention really. Anyways, I was looking at the fire doing some stuff, and I turned around. That is the moon coming up. Look at how bright it is and how orange. Oh, it's gonna be so good. In no time at all, my roast and gravy is simmering. I just took the spatula and kind of went through because it was frozen when I started. That's why, partly why I added the water. Also, I'm gonna put some rice in there, and I want it to simmer with the rice in it, and I want the rice to soak up some of the gravy in it. So I'm gonna put the rice in now. I just wanted to break up all the frozen meat first to make sure that it will heat faster. And now that that's done, I'm gonna pour some of the rice in, however much I want. That's why I like these packages. They're already cooked too, so it's super easy. All right, poured some rice in there. It's pretty exciting stuff. Super difficult meal. But it smells amazing and it's going to be delicious, and that's all that matters right now. right, it is 8:30. It's not that late. I'm eating later. My rice is very nice. So I'm gonna sit here beside my nice fire, which just suddenly started all by itself, and eat this lovely meal. Well, it's 10 to 9. My beautiful moon is coming up quite nicely over there. Turn my head so you can see it without the light. And my snow is turning into water quite quickly, actually. I poured half of the rest of the ice that was in the Ziploc in here on the bottom. They always say to put some water in when you put the snow in so that the water doesn't burn. Hopefully it doesn't taste burnt, I don't know. I'm gonna have a hot chocolate and eventually eat the cake, but I'm still full from dinner, so I gotta wait a bit. I thought it was gonna take longer to melt the snow, but that's okay. I can always like set it aside and make the hot chocolate a bit later. I'm still really full. That was so good though. Really hit the spot. At least it stays cold. It's good for me because I don't drink very fast. I've been drinking this Palm Bay since probably 7. Yeah. I don't know what time it is. I think it's about 9:30. Just sitting here by the fire, chilling, and it's beautiful out. The only thing that's cold are my feet. I should change my my socks and put on my little booties that I brought, but I want to go dig out the privy still. I haven't done that yet because every time like I turn my back, the fire starts going out. So I have to sit here and fan it constantly. The wood's pretty wet, some of it's okay. I'm kind of been lazy with the wood. I'm just grabbing it, throwing it in as I need it, and then it kind of goes out because it's not dry enough. I got these pieces now sitting here, so hopefully it'll dry out. Cheers. I almost made it through my Palm Bay. Whoop! Oh, there's the moon. It's spectacular. It's a little bit brighter in real life than on the phone, but the sky is really clear, so that's nice. It means it's going to be nice and sunny tomorrow, hopefully. And it's just visible here by these trees, but very, very soon it's going to go behind all this, and hopefully at some point in the middle of the night, if I happen to wake up and have to go out to the bathroom, I'll catch it out in front of my tent, or maybe even in the morning, not sure. But quite beautiful. Well, it is so bright out here with this beautiful moon. I know you can see the tent. It's a little bit brighter for me to see it, but I just turned off my headlamp and I'm like, I really don't need it. It's so bright out here. Look at the sky. Wow, so awesome. All right, I got my hot chocolate and my delicious piece of chocolate fudge cake. Got a nice little fire going. The moon is unbelievable. That is without my headlamp on. It's lighting up the whole lake. So amazing. So I'm gonna munch on my little snack here and drink my hot chocolate. And you know, the pot was full and I did use only that much water for the hot chocolate. So I put the rest in my hot water bottle, which kind of ended up down here. Might as well. I mean, the water was already hot, so I'll just heat it up again before bed and maybe add a little bit to it. In between the crackle of the fire, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but I can hear the ice cracking. It's It's a really cool sound. It's also very loud. I've been trying to catch it for a while now. It's been doing it for about a half an hour. But that was a loud one. Ooh. Well, if you can't hear the ice crack on here, it's pretty distant. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it, but it basically sounds like a slap shot being taken. It's just a loud crack. But there's also a very low, I don't want to say a rumble, but a creaking. It is currently 4 degrees, feels like 3. I'm feeling pretty chilly. It's very, very damp. There's a lot of wetness in the air. Ice is popping away, creaking and cracking. It's sounding really cool. And still sitting here by my wee little fire, chilling out. Well, it is 11:30-ish. Still got a nice little fire going. And the moon just keeps getting brighter and brighter. There's the lake. The moon is behind me. You can even see it through the trees, even though there's trees there. And it is making its way around. That was a loud one. My tent has frost on it, so I wrote my name. Can't really see it, but it was fun. It's about 12:25, 12:30, something like that. I'm in the tent. Late night for me, but I guess that's what happens when you have dinner so late and dessert, but that's okay. I don't regret any of it. Really, really awesome day so far. Well, I'm going to bed, so really awesome day today, even though it didn't even start until 5. I saw this beautiful sunset, which lasted forever and ever. It was great. And then that beautiful moon coming up. I'm waiting to see it come up in front of the tent a little bit later. It wasn't quite there. I was trying to stay up for it, but it's just not there yet. But it should be really soon. So hopefully I don't miss it. I've got my hot water bottle on my feet right now. Yeah. You can see it's pretty cold. It's not super cold. I think it's 2, feels like 1, feels like -1, something like that. I'm comfy, cozy, and I'm getting ready to go to sleep. So I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Good morning from Go Home Lake. It is 7:30, and it's my first video of the day. I woke up at 3 to use my special privy, and it rained or snowed a little bit just after that, maybe for 15 minutes or so. I heard it on the tent, but I was kind of half asleep, and that was it. It's supposed to be nice and sunny out this morning and warm. It is not warm, and it is not sunny, but that's okay. I'm heading out today. I'm just deciding if I'm going to make some oatmeal for breakfast and have breakfast, or if I'm just going to head out. I think I'm just going to slowly pack up and head out. I'm probably going to sit in my tent for a bit. I'm going to put up a couple of posts for the day and get myself together and take my time. There's no rush, but eventually I'll be heading back out today. All right, I'm back in the tent, and got my hot pocket on. I've got it tucked into here, so it's on my chest, and it goes all the way down to just the bottom of my thighs. So it's a pretty nice size, and I can feel the warmth coming off of it still. It's not a hot heat like the hot water bottle is to start with, but it's a nice, comforting, warm heat. And it kept me warm and cozy for the coldest part of the night, which is between like 3 a.m. and 7 a.m.-ish. It is currently 0, feels like -3, so it's not super cold, but I'm still chilly because I don't like the cold. Oh, I got back in my sleeping bag. I have to sit up to do my posts, and I started getting really cold when I finished everything, so I thought I would lay in my sleeping bag for a bit. The hot pocket is still hot. If my calculations are correct, it should be on till about 9, and it's 8 right now, just a little after 8. My goal is to get out before it gets too warm, because right now the snow has hardened again a little bit because it was cold overnight. So yesterday when I got here, I was sinking all over the place after I took the snowshoes off. But now, like walking to the privy or walking around outside, I'm not sinking anymore. So I think the snow has hardened again, and that's what I want to get back out. Well, it's 8:45. I'm still in my sleeping bag. My hot pocket is going to shut off probably in the next half hour. So I thought before that happens, I better get up and start getting moving and start packing up. So, well, it's 9:15. My bag is all packed up. I'm all ready to go. Just have to strap on my snowshoes, which I absolutely know that I needed now, and I'm so glad I brought them in. Off I go. Now, before I leave the campsite area, I wanted to go down and take a peek at those little ice caves down by the lake that I was talking about yesterday, because I didn't film them. I didn't have my camera with me, which was weird. I had left it on the rock. So there it is, and it goes way down. I don't know how much you can see. It's probably dark, but it goes way down. And can't hear any water trickling this morning, but I'll show you the other side. This is where I got the ice. See? It's really neat how the ice is just there, and then if you look down, there's like a tunnel underneath, like it's all hollow underneath. All right, I am walking away from the lakeshore now. I'm gonna head back up to the campsite there and grab my backpack and slowly start making my way out. Just taking my time this morning. I have nowhere to be, and just doing some exploring, enjoying being out. It's all part of the trip. All right, I'm just gonna follow my tracks back out. They're obviously still gonna be there, and they're already broken trail. They should be set a little bit too. So I did go up and down some pretty steep hills though, so I'm a bit worried about that. When I came up, I tried to get up here, and I was like, nope. So me and this tree became good friends, and it helped me to get up this hill, which is where the campsite was. Great little campsite, loved it. See, I was going to settle for one I'd already been on, and I'm so glad I didn't. Look at this, is fresh. So even though I didn't go a really far distance, it's really hard to walk out here right now. This is such a tough time of year to be out, and it's a bit dangerous. You can see here my tracks from yesterday. I mean, some of them go way down, and then some of them I'm up on top of the snow. So it's really awkward walking. It's kind of like walking on a moving floor that just kind of goes up and down as you're walking. I understand now where they get the term busy beavers. I mean, there's this tree, this one they've already dropped, and this one over here. And they're also working on these ones back here, so busy, busy beavers. This is where I was going to stay as well, the second spot that I found. Glad I didn't. The one I had was much, much better. But it's still pretty. It was snow is in a much better shape than it was yesterday when I came in. Just because it's not as warm right now. And it's been cool most of the night. So it's making my trek out a lot easier. I've just gone through all of that down there, from up there, and I was camping way up over there. I'm wearing a lot more today than I had on yesterday. Actually, I just have my Patagonia on, which is super, super warm. But it was cold this morning when I left, and I didn't want to take it off, and now I'm just dying. So I took off my toque, get some fresh air on my head at least, and that should help keep me cool until I get to the car. It's such a funny time of year. One minute you're freezing, the next minute you're roasting. Well, last night around midnight or so, just after, when I got in the tent, I heard a snowmobile and I thought it was really close, and it stopped for a bit, and then I continued on, and I got a little freaked out, and I was like, oh, it can't be that close, there's no way. But there's snowmobile tracks right here. Well, it's 9:45 and I am moving along quite well now. I'm on the snowmobile track going towards the road. And there's the road down there. It goes that way and out. And technically my car is about over there, but I have to go around and over the bridge. So not far at all. I'll probably be back in my car about like 10. Hi, thanks for watching. Oh, it's 10:07. Just took me a little over a half an hour to get back to the parking lot. Cars there. There's 6 cars here now. There were only 2 when I got here, me and another one. So a couple people have come since I got here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please click the subscribe button. Also click the bell for notifications. If you'd like to get more information on the stuff I use on my trips, please check out my website at CamperChristina.com. Thanks. Bye.